A wild series of events include the Alabama bench being ejected, a player fouling out and another getting injured result in the Crimson Tide facing the Golden Gophers shorthanded in the second half. 1:54. And then there were three. Alabama was forced to finish its game against Minnesota at the Barclays Center Classic in Brooklyn on Saturday with just three players after its entire bench was ejected following a wild scuffle. And then two of its remaining five players departed due to fouls and an injury. Colin Sexton, Galen Smith and Riley Norris played the final 10:41 for the Crimson Tide, who cut their deficit to 83-80, with 1:32 to play before losing to the Golden Gophers 89-84. Alabama was forced to finish its game against Minnesota with just three players after its entire bench was ejected following a wild scuffle. AP photo, Mariel Taffer. The drama began when Minnesota's Nate Mason and Alabama's Sexton trash-talked after the former made the Crimson Tide freshman fall on a previous play. Both players drew technical fouls. A few seconds later, Mason was tossed after he kept talking and picked up another technical foul. Then, Minnesota coach Richard Pitino defended him and drew his own technical. Soon after, Alabama had taken 4 consecutive free throws due to the string of Minnesota Tech's Dupree, McBrayer and Dazan Ingram got tangled up underneath, prompting a shoving match between both teams. Players on Alabama's bench ran onto the floor as officials tried to deal with the chaos. Once the smoke cleared, officials decided to remove the entire Alabama bench, and those players proceeded to walk to the locker room at Barclays Center. But officials weren't clear on whether any technical fouls had been assessed, and the Gophers did not take any free throws. With 11:37 to play, Ingram drew his 5th foul. That left just 4 players on the court for Coach Avery Johnson's squad. Editor's Picks fired Pitino. Happy to be cheerleader for son. Rick Pitino said he is living vicariously through his son, Richard, who is coaching Minnesota at the Barclays Center Classic this weekend in New York City. At the 10:41 mark, Tide freshman John Petty fell to the ground and grabbed his ankle after landing awkwardly after a shot. He limped to the bench and did not return. Despite playing with just 3, Alabama actually outscored Minnesota 26-16 after Petty left with the injury. In fact, the Tide had a chance to cut their deficit to 1 with just over a minute left after Sexton grabbed a defensive rebound, but he missed a mid-range jumper. After the game, Pitino and Johnson both laughed about what transpired. Colin Sexton could be a single team just by himself, Pitino said of the rookie, who finished with a Crimson Tide freshman record 40 points on 12 of 22 shooting. He's that good. Obviously. That's just absurd. The whole experience. We were playing really good until it got wacky. Quote, could it have gotten worse? According to NCAA rules, Johnson's squad could have continued with just 2 players, and perhaps only 1, if the situation had demanded it. Rule 3, Sec. 1. Article 3 states, when there is only 1 player participating for a team, that team shall forfeit unless the referee believes that both teams have an opportunity to win. Quote,